Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, hearing this word in truth and sincerity. All right, so, this lesson is going to pretty much be, CBDCs equals total control and slavery, which is, this system that Esau pretty much got set up, but they're gonna really get it going, pretty soon. And as you can see, as they did, they're presenting, CBDCs, as something better than paper money, but we understand that this is all a snare, man. All right, and as I'm about to get in the article, it's gonna show you that, the CBDCs is just that, man, total control, a snare. Pretty much they'll be able to see what you do when you do it, or your purchases, everything of that sort. But before I get that, I want to get Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, which is this truth, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." All right, and that word wiles goes into his methods, man, methodia, because Esau, is bringing out, all the deception pretty much to get you to, or to deceive you into getting down with this system. A lot of these people, mainly a lot of our people, these so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, who don't have this armor on, or who don't have this truth on, you're going to be deceived by Esau's cunningness, his methods. And CBDCs is just one of those methods that he's going to use to get these people to take the charagma. It says, central bank digital currencies are the bullet train to digital concentration camps. It says, the White House published a comprehensive framework last week, attacking decentralized cryptocurrencies while promoting a U.S. government-controlled programmable central bank digital currency. So they want to do their own thing, man. They don't want to have no opposition to it. They want to push what they got going on. It says agencies that were chosen to lead the ongoing working group for the research and possible development of a CBDC include the Federal Reserve, the National Economic Council, the National Security Council, the Office of Science and Technology Policy, and the Treasury Department. So pretty much everything that Esau has his hands on is pretty much who's going to have control of it. But there's some quick points that I really want to make out of this article. I'll post this article in the description. But I want to get straight to some points that I thought was interesting. It says critically, CBDCs are controlled by governments and therefore represent the polar opposite of the ideas: decentralization, open source software, permissionless, peer-to-peer transactions. You see, and these were the snares or the lies that Esau told you. That CBDCs would be more beneficial to you. All right, let me read that again. Decentralization, open source software, permissionless, peer-to-peer transactions that made Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies such a revolutionary technology. All right. And the way I saw it, Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies, that was just, a desensitization tactic to get people introduced to it. And then they'd come in with their own, cryptocurrency, It says, as you can guess, CBDCs will be tied to users' identities and digital identities, which will allow for total surveillance by the state and eliminate any chance of financial privacy. You see? So just as I said earlier, you're not going to have any privacy. Pretty much, they're going to have total control over you, man. What you buy, how much you bought, Continuing on, it says, according to the Atlantic Council's Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker, 112 countries representing over 95% of global GDP are exploring a CBDC. And what does the scripture say about about that? Let's get that real quick in the book of Revelation, because we understand that the charagma, which is what this is going to lead to, all right, the charagma is going to be taken by by everybody except for the elect. I mean, of course, you're going to have some people that rebel against it, but the majority of the people, they're going to take the charagma. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. You see? And those of us who have eyes to see and ears to hear, we can clearly see that this central bank digital currency is leading straight to, that implant, man. Once again, these are only, gradual steps that Esau is taking to get to that point. It says, and that no man might buy or sell. So with this particular mark, all right, you're going to need it in order to buy and sell, all right, in this society. So, once again, all these things are gradually leading up to the charagma. All right. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So once again, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. So that cuts the point that, these other camps have been making, that, the mark is Christianity. The mark is sleeping with a white woman. Some camps say, Solomon had the mark, just foolishness, man. But that cuts all that madness, showing that this particular mark is going to be something physical. So, because when you go into that word charagma, all right, it's pretty much an incision or a cutting in the flesh. So let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse 10, and it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see, so as I read that, that's what came to mind. 112 countries representing over 95% of global GDP are exploring a CBDC. So, you best believe the rest of the heathen they're going to get on board with, this global agenda that Esau got going on. All right. So we can clearly see that this is happening. Just I believe the other month or 2 months, I can't remember exactly. Jamaica, pretty much made I want to say digital currency legal tender, man. So they're on the track of, the beast system also, man. Verse 11, it says, because once again, this digital currency business, is pretty much leading to people, all right, pretty much is desensitizing people to the idea of a cashless society, gradually doing away with money, Verse 11, it's lucky, not verse 11, but where you see that 11 in the article, it says countries have already launched a digital currency, including Nigeria and numerous Caribbean nations, just as I said, Jamaica. You got other Caribbean nations that have launched digital currency, and it's going to be kind of a sneaky way that, these people get used to it, they love it, and then gradually that dollar is going to decrease, that dollar is going to disappear. And then before they even realize it, the paper dollar is gone, man. All right. It says countries are testing pilot programs, including South Korea, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, Sweden, and China, which is set to expand its use of the digital yuan in 2023. All right, so they're all on board with it, And that shows you that, because these nations, they hate Esau, right? They hate Esau, but they're still on board with, his agenda. Showing you that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is in control of all that, man. Because if it wasn't so, they'd rebel, but, the Lord got it to where Esau is at the top of this agenda, and, pretty much this is prophecy, and the Lord is the Lord is with Esau to fulfill this prophecy, man. Or because as the scriptures say, his word don't return unto him void. So everything written is going to be fulfilled, man. All right. So it's another point that I want to get. Okay, so this is it right here. It says central bank digital currencies remove the privacy and decentralized nature of physical cash. You see that? Which is exactly what they're trying to do away with. They're trying to do away with the cash. So bringing this CBDC, is just a step closer to that. It says Pompliano explained, it creates an environment where central banks have complete control over every aspect of a citizen's financial life. So total slavery, man, control. If you don't want to do this, well, you can't go buy this today, And I'm gonna get that point within the article where it said that. Okay, these central bankers, which are the elites, all right, these Edomites, these central bankers will be able to see what is in your bank account, who you transact with, what you purchase, and anything else they are curious about in your financial life. Pretty much, they're trying to be the Most High, man. All right, just like Yahweh Shem Shai can see, can hear whatever you do. It's pretty much he's omnipotent, man. The Lord see everything. He can see anything, man. Well, Esau is trying to, mimic that same power. So from there on, let's go to the book of Ezekiel. All right, Esau's trying to mimic that same power, but you can't mimic the Most High, man. All right, the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, is far out of your pay grade, man. The power that the Lord gave you is what you got to operate with, but Esau is never satisfied. He's never satisfied with what he got, so therefore he's trying to go above and beyond, man. A greedy devil. Right, you got all the money, the power in the world. Yeah, you want to go above and beyond, and have total control of the Lord's creation, man. All right, but this is Ezekiel, because it says, because Esau pretty much want total control over everybody, man, over the whole earth, man. It says Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, which is, your heart is your mind. And we know what the scripture said about Esau, the pride of thine heart. Right? And thou hast said, I am a power. I sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of the seas. And the seas represents, the people. Yet thou art a man and not power, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. You see? He's, these Edomites, the so-called white men have set his heart, his mind, all right, as the mind or as the heart of the Most High, man. All right, I'm God. They got a God complex. All right. He's deceived himself, all right, by being, through him being in power. He's deceived himself thinking that, he'll never be taken down. Like the scripture says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, man. This is just him acting that out. It says that full transparency with the state removes all elements of privacy while also giving the institutions the ability to censor any and all transactions, regardless of whether they have a legitimate reason or not. You see, they don't even need a reason to. If they want to, they're going to do it. See, let me read that again. That full transparency with the state removes all elements of privacy while also giving the institutions the ability to censor any and all transactions, regardless of whether they have a legitimate reason or not. See? So they might not have a legitimate reason to censor your transactions. If they say, I just feel like doing it, well, they can censor your transactions, man. So once again, man, anybody that's down with this system that takes its mark, man, you're just lining yourself up to be a slave or a perpetual slave to Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right. And that's why, the Israelites, you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're commanded to not take that mark, because by doing so, that means that you're aligning yourself, all right, with this man and his system. You're pretty much saying, the Lord, to hell with the Lord. Your allegiance is to Esau. All right. Now, and when we go into that word mark in Revelation 13 and 15, I want to say, Salakia, another definition in there is, the badge of the Antichrist, but we understand that the Antichrist is not just one man. All right, we understand that, the Antichrist to be a spirit, all right, which is anti-Yahweh Shai, man, pretty much against the Lord. But we understand that Esau is the main one that pushed rebellion against Yahweh Shai, man. So, we can liken that badge as, that badge of servitude to Esau Edom by taking that mark. It says, Slakia, it says, if they want to monitor every one of your transactions, impose negative interest rates or direct tax customer accounts, he said, You can do that with a central bank digital currency. You can't do that with Venmo, and I'm not sure if Venmo is. I believe that's like another kind of digital currency. I believe so. But his point he was making is that, well, you can't do that with Venmo, which is probably why they don't want to use that as their digital currency. They want to use a central bank digital currency because that they'll have total control over your transactions. All right. Let me continue reading in the book of Daniel 28. It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee." All right, because Esau, through his technology, pretty much through his technology, all right, he's playing the Most High, man. He's trying to be the Most High because, case in point, why they got cameras everywhere, all right, in every corner they got cameras. They can see, mainly wherever those cameras are set up, man. But that's him trying to play the Most High, man. They got these space satellites where pretty much they can see down from the upper atmosphere. They can see down, they can see down on you and closely. Salaki, But that's the power that Esau had. But through that power, he's been lifted up in his heart, kind of like an eagle. You know how an eagle pretty much got supervision. Well, Esau with those satellites, he can see just like that. It says if they want to monitor every one of your transactions, impose negative interest rate, or directly tax customer accounts, he said, you can do that with a central bank digital currency. You can't do that with Venmo. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the personal finance book Rich Dad Poor Dad, had scathing criticism for the idea of introducing CBDCs. Right, it says Kiyosaki referred to the executive order 14067 signed by the Biden White House in early March that established the government's position on creating a CBDC as the most treasonous act in the U.S. history in a tweet that he posted on July 17th. And, the so-called white man Esau, he don't care about his laws, man. They gonna break them laws to establish their world order, man. But, Shalaka, this is the point that I want to get to. Imagine these scenarios right here, which is exactly what they're looking to do. It says, you spoke up against masking children at your child's school board meeting. Purchase denied. You exceeded your vehicle's weekly miles and surpassed your carbon limit. Purchase denied. You posted private messages on Facebook questioning the integrity of the last election. Purchase denied. You did not take your latest Pfizer. You know what? Purchase denied. You defied your lockdown protocol and traveled outside of your quarantine zone. Purchase denied. So pretty much, man, you're not gonna be able to win. You gotta do any and everything they say, or else purchase denied, man. That's not a way to live, But this is what they're looking to do in the near future, man. A lot of you people that take that mark, that implant, pretty much, this is what you're gonna bind yourself to. All right, a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans who are the Israelites, those of you that take that mark, this is what you're binding yourself to, which is hell, man. All right, and then you have another section in this article that says the future, according to the World Economic Forum, Schwab and billionaires and bankers will own nothing and you will be happy. All right, you will own nothing and be happy. It's like, I don't know why it's like that for, but it says you will own nothing and you will be happy. The devil, man. Pretty much we're gonna have complete control on you and you're gonna love it. You're gonna be happy. It says all of this would be possible because CBDCs are programmable. For example, you see the fact that Esau, is making everything digital. That just gives them more power. All right, that gives them more power to and more leeway to control everything. With paper money, they can't control that. They can't control it because Jake might have such and such amount of money in bank accounts, but Esau won't know if they got more stashed in the crib. You might have a number of money in the bank account, but at your house, you probably got more. So Esau won't know that unless, he came to your house, obviously, and searched it, right? But, with the CBDCs, they'll know all right, how much you got in the bank account, and they'll be able to control that, you know. And also with the digital currency, you can't stash that in the bag and hide it, under your mattress somewhere. It's going to always be on a digital system, Continuing on, Salaki, let me get another scripture real quick. It just came to mind. I want to get it while it's fresh in my mind. Let's get that in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, Satan being Esau, man. All right, his little cunning, his witchcraft. All right, these lies that he's gonna tell these people to to get on board with his digital system. He's gonna get an advantage of these people, man. All right, but those of us that are in this truth, he's not gonna get an advantage of us, Salaki. It says, for example, China's digital yuan can be programmed to be activated on a certain date, programmed to expire on a certain date, programmed to be only valid for certain purchases, and ominously programmed to be only available to citizens who meet certain preconditions. Central banks can thus influence and control the behavior of the recipients of decentralized digital currency, as well as exclude those who they want to penalize for participating in the financial system. These CBDCs will be linked to digital IDs, which would be linked to passports, carbon footprints, and a social credit system to the one being implemented in China. All right. So, as you can see here, man, this man's agenda is put on the forefront. This whole 2 years of the business. All right, this is what it was all about. It says these CBDCs. I'm gonna read that again. These CBDCs will be linked to digital IDs, which would be linked to passports, carbon footprints, and a social credit system similar to the one being implemented in China. All right, and just look at China for example. For an example, man, what they're doing over there in China. Well, that's what Esau want to do here in the United States. In fact, the entire coercion around implementing the passports and digital IDs looks to be a pre-planned stepping stone for the rollout of central bank digital currencies and global social credit systems. And make no mistake about it, this thing is right around the corner, man. All right, we can see the collapse of this dollar pretty soon, where Esau is going to pretty much, because remember in December, they got something going on. Biden got something going on with CBDCs also. I believe December 13th. So that's a date to look out for. But, Lord willing, 2023, maybe the year where things, speed up. Not saying it's going to happen then and there, but Lord willing, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai has it, move. It says this top-down control dovetails with the green energy movement, which is designed to produce energy scarcity within a digital monitored smart grid connecting electricity, gas, and energy usage to citizens' digital IDs. So you see how everything right here is linked to also a digital ID, man. That's pretty much you linking yourself to this beast system, digital ID. All right, you all know who you are. It says energy will be top down, and when you're going to place sensors and chips on everything that moves in America, she explained that's the charagma. There you go. Energy will be top down, you see, and then you're going to place sensors and chips on everything that moves in America. If you can move every human into a digital concentration camp, empty their bank account anytime you want, and tell them what they can and cannot spend money on, you've got complete control. If your government approves a CBDC, every doctor you visit, every meal you eat, every trip you take, every purchase you make, and every dollar you own will be tracked in real time by your government for the rest of your life. And that's hell, man. Esau pretty much telling you what you can and what you can't do, man. And that's what the scriptures say. Salakia. That's what the scriptures say. That they love not their lives unto the death, man, because ultimately the elect, all right, the elect would rather die than to be a slave to this man Esau, man. Salakia. Salakia, bear with me. I'm looking for that scripture right quick where it says, and they love not their lives unto the death. I want to see it's in Revelation 12. Revelation 12 and 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death, man. All right, and part of, overcoming this devil is not loving your lives to death, man. Because Esau is gonna threaten, if you don't get this, mark, or you don't get this chip, man, you're not gonna be able to eat. You're not gonna be able to see your family. And ultimately, if you don't take it, then we're gonna chop your head off. We're gonna cut your head off, man. But the elect's mindset is gonna be, to hell with it, off with my head. All right, because ultimately, man, the elect will understand that, this ain't living. And ultimately, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is our power. All right, it's ultimately what it's going to come down to, what it already is, Salaki. It's already, Lord willing, we be of the elect. Our mindset is already Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is our power. But what I'm saying is, when that time comes, it's not going to be a question about it. All right, they present you with the Karagma. What is there to talk about? I'm not going to take it. It's pretty much what it is. It says, central bank digital currencies are the next frontier for the battle for freedom. And this is a conversation that must start now, because centrally controlled digital currencies are coming down the pipeline in a big way. You see? So this is not just something, as they say, a sea theory or conspiracy theory. There's not just one of those, man. These are things that people is bringing out. All right, insiders are coming out, like the scriptures say, so shall he make his own tongue fall upon himself, man. Psalm 64, I want to say. So these are not just things that, random people are coming out and saying. These are people that know what's going on. People that's, that be in these councils, man. That's within that circle, But more so, the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are the ones bringing this out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. These people coming out is just more confirmation. That's what the scripture needed, but it's just more confirmation that, these things are really happening. Without global awareness, and central banks will weaponize money against humanity and pull off the greatest violation of human rights we have ever seen, and citizens will cheer them on while they do it, right? Because these citizens are stupid, man. Our people have been dumbed down to the point where you're literally being told that we're gonna put you in slavery, a digital slavery. You're gonna own nothing, and you're gonna be happy. All right, and these people, they're with it. They're on board with it. All right, so what I'm saying? These people they deserve exactly what's coming to them, man. All right, and when she says central banks, man, really what it is are these elites. All right, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, these people that own and control the money. All right, this is who's really doing this. These Edomites, man, and I only named two, man, but you got like a whole, thing of Edomites behind the scenes, that are really, they call it the 1% or whatever, but it's like a whole group of Edomites, working together, to get this thing off the floor, so to speak, But, that's pretty much the point. Lord willing, it was edifying. The point of the lesson being CBDCs equals total control, slavery. All right. Nothing good coming from it, So all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem and Kakodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole full elect. Until next time, I say Shalom.